What's going on, party people? This is Tater the Penguin, coming at you live from her closet. Let's go ahead and get started with some water. We're bringing the water in immediately, because we need it. Amazing. Get you some water, honey. Get you some water, honey, because we're going to be here for a second. Go on. You can pause the video if you need to. Run along and grab yourself some fresh agua purificada. I did not fully fix my wig this time. I just slapped this shit on and was like, let's go. Let's make it happen. Yes, come through, wig. And then, as always, I like to bring in my little mobile. Yes, I love this thing so much. Get a little hair off. Yes, especially this part. Oh, I love it. All right, y'all. Let's get into it. Let's go. It has been an exhausting day. Absolutely exhausting. I woke up this morning and I really thought that the day was going to be chill. I was like, I've been doing so much spiritual work and I'm supposed to be resting and rejuvenating and just feeling good in the moment. Good to go. No, the fuck I was not. No, I was not. I did a single card reading this morning. That bitch looked at me and said, secrets are being revealed to you. I said, the fuck? You mean secrets are being revealed to me? I don't need the secrets to be revealed. Like, I'm good. 2 minutes and 12 seconds on my timer as I say that. I guess secrets are going to be revealed to you. So buckle up. I have a feeling that I'm sharing a lot of these tarot readings or these oracle readings with people who are watching these videos, at least at the time that I'm recording this. When I read the description of that card, I was like, this is bogus. This is bogus because I don't need any more secrets revealed. Like, I'm being moved to post these videos. I'm being moved in my daily life to do other things. Like, I don't need no more lessons. I'm good. Spirit said, it'll be good when I tell you it's good. And I was like, bullshit, Spirit. Spirit said, sit down and come eat. I was like, all right, I will do that. I have no choice. So the secret, I believe, that was revealed to me today was fascinating. So I had a situation where, oh my God, this is so embarrassing. This is so embarrassing. So I saw a person who I thought was incredibly attractive. And I saw this person after some confirmation numbers. And I was like, wow, that person is incredibly attractive. Anyways, back to these confirmation numbers. What does it mean? What's going on? What's happening with the confirmation numbers? And Spirit said to me, get out of the car. And I said, okay. And so I got out of the car. And I walked a little ways where I was. And Spirit said, turn around. And I was like fully, and it was like, no, silly girl. So silly. Look to your right. And I looked to my right, and there's this attractive individual. And we made eye contact, and he hit me with a wave. And I walked away so fast. Like, when I tell you that Sonic the Hedgehog ain't got shit on me, a bitch who is being perceived by somebody who is just who I perceive as being incredibly attractive. I walked away so fast. I was like, that's hilarious. Spirit said, go in and talk to this person. And I said, excuse me? The fuck you mean? And they said, go on. And I was like, go in. I was so irritated. 4 minutes and 44 seconds as I say that. So somebody watching this has been moved to do some stuff, and Spirit is now getting in your ass and making fun of you. Because Spirit finds all this funny. because spirit is an infinite energy, a one interconnectedness energy. This is my personal belief. And with it being that type of connected, it has no problems. It has no challenges. So it finds us in our corporeal form, in our bodies, our avatars that we've chosen. It finds this very funny. All of this is a joke to the universe. It's just one big joke. And I was like, hell no. Hell no, I'm not going in there. The spirit looked at me like, and I was like, shit. All right, I better stop playing. So I went into this location. I'm being so vague on purpose. I have to be so vague, bro, because, bitch. I gotta keep my locations private. In case said individual ends up watching this video. So I go in, I walk straight past this individual, and I was like, nah, I'm not saying anything to him because I'm nervous. No thanks. I'm good on that shit. I stood in a corner, fake browsing. And I was like, why am I so nervous to talk to this person? And Spirit was like, we'll tell you after you go talk to them. So I go and I talk to them. Very short conversation. I take off. I'm running, literally. You cannot stop me. I was hauling ass. I get back to my car, and I'm like, the fuck was that? And they're like, now you see how nervous you got interacting with a person who you viewed as being very attractive, who you were very attracted to? And I was like, yes. And they reminded me, and then I went back in my recollection. And whenever I see people who I deem incredibly attractive, I get very nervous and very shy. And even though I've been asking for a partner, a divine partner who gets me, I have been requesting, you know where I'm going with this, because somebody watching this is going through this too. You've been praying up and down. You've been requesting assistance. You've been requesting companionship and partnership. And you're like, oh, I can see the fantasy where he treats me nice. Or I can see the fantasy where she's my girl. We're cruising down the highway, my hand on her thigh, and we listening to some Don Toliver with the windows cracked. And it's a whole vibe, and I'm feeling it. Spirit said, you've been having all of these fantasies for so long. You've been having all these fantasies. You've been doing a lot of settling, but you've had all these fantasies of your ideal person. And you see how you acted in the face of somebody who is actually at the level that you would be really excited about. A person who, when you see them, you get excited. Now, I know there's discussion about, well, you need to be with a person who, makes you feel like you're at home. You don't want to be with a person who makes you excited. And I definitely understand that view. 8 minutes and 8 seconds as I'm saying this on my timer. But I think there's something about your soul kind of jumping when you meet a person. And I've had this happen before, a lot with my female friends. I have a couple of friends right now who, when I hear from them, my soul jumps. And it was that way when I first met them. And I believe that there are people who I knew when I met them. I was like, this is a person who I hope stays around, but I don't think it's going to happen. And then there were friends that I made, people in my life, and I looked at them and I said, that's forever. And so far I've been right. And I think that a lot of us place romantic relationships in this ridiculous category where it's almost this it's something to be achieved. It's not something to be experienced. And when you deal with relationships as something to be experienced, 9 minutes and 9 seconds on my timer as I'm saying this, when you deal with things like that, I believe we come at it with a different attitude. It's less, here are all the rules and regulations that you need in order to be in a happy relationship. And it becomes more, I'm experiencing this person. I know how to set proper boundaries for myself. I know how to work on myself. Can I work on myself with this person while they're working on themselves? And then together the relationship just benefits from that. What if it was that easy? What if it didn't take having to know, your personality type? What if it didn't have to take reading a person's entire bio on an app? I wonder. I wonder if it's that easy, if it could be that easy, because I've not experienced it yet. So I don't know. Maybe in a year, 2 years, a couple weeks, couple months, maybe I'll be able to tell you. But they said, you have been standing in the shadows. Trying to make sure I look at the camera. You've been standing in the shadows a lot, my little wallflower. And you have been running from the type of love and the type of relationship that you want. And I was like, that's not possible, because I've literally been asking for it. It's like, yes, and that's why it's on its way. However, what's happening is that this experience was to show you how you would act if you were confronted with that dream person. My toes, just I could hear the little crunch of the bones in all my toes when they said this. And they said, yeah, you're nervous. You've never been in a situation where you are perceived by people who you find attractive. You're not used to being perceived by people who you believe are skilled or who you believe are amazing and magical and wonderful. Because we all know people like that. We've seen people and we've met people who they just emit a fey energy. They don't even seem real. Yeah, they have, flaws, as do we all. They have challenges, they have mistakes, but their energy is just amazing. And it fills you with warmth and it makes you feel seen. Or at least that's something we can imagine. And I think if it's something that you can imagine, it's something that at some point can be done. But again, that's my belief. So they told me this, and I was like, well, shit. Should I go back? Should I go talk to that guy again? Is that Mr. Right? And they were like, no, no, slow down. They're like, this was just an example to show you that you are not yet prepared to run into this person. You need to go back and you need to look at why you're uncomfortable in that space. And I had to be very honest with myself. And in a lot of cases, when I have spoken to people who I view incredibly attractive, men, women, anybody, I get very nervous and I start to feel stupid. I start to feel like a child like a kid trying to hang out with the cool kids, even though a person will be my age, maybe 1 or 2 years older than me, but I'm talking to them and I'm like, yeah, I just think you're really cool. Instead of being able to say with my full chest, I'm attracted to you. I like your vibe. Are you vibing? Can we vibe together? Are you already vibing with somebody? Because if so, I respect that. And I'll back away. Not slowly. I'll actually get the fuck out of here because bitches is crazy. People are crazy. Be careful out here, people. And yeah. So I realized that this was just an example. And like, you got to go back into the past where you started telling yourself that you're not attractive. And I'm talking to somebody when I say this. You have to go back to when you started believing you weren't attractive. Because when we're little, 13 minutes and 13 seconds as I'm saying this on the timer, when we're little, we're not concerned with what we look like. We're not concerned with how we laugh. We're not concerned with how we smile. We're not concerned with the fact that maybe 1 or 2 of our teeth are missing. We're not concerned with our skin tone. We're not concerned with our hair length. We're not concerned with any of these false concerns that at the end of the day don't matter. When you're a kid and you're connected, you're here to be experienced and to experience the world. You're here to love people. You're here to love yourself. You're here to create, to imagine, to hang out with other kids. Just be fucking silly. But then as we become adults, we're taught to have all of these expectations of our physical selves. And we're supposed to be keeping up with everybody else. Keeping up with the Joneses, keeping up with the Kardashians. 14 minutes and 14 seconds. So somebody, I'm talking to you. It's mind-boggling to me the amount of women and men and people in general in my life who tell me, and who are beautiful people, and they're telling me that they feel ugly. And then being like, wow, I thought it was just me. So you need to go back and you need to figure out where that started. And you need to start to rewrite that story. and rewrite the story in such a way as to where you feel good about who you are. Because your inner child appreciates the love. Your inner child appreciates that support. You, at your big ass age, whatever this big ass age is, are the person, or should be working towards being. If you're watching this video, I believe you already are in a big capacity that person. Because I don't believe this video is just popping up on anybody's For You page. I don't put hashtags in my videos. I don't link anything. I specifically do those things so that if my video is popping up, it is for you. Your inner child is in there waiting to guide you. They're waiting to talk to you, to have a serious relationship. And I felt so bad because when I started really working with my inner child, it was really fun at first. You know, I was buying a lot of the old school toys that I used to play with, you know, the old school candies that I used to eat, even though almost every recipe for candy has changed, so everything tastes different. But I was buying coloring books. I was really getting into, you know, playing with animals and being outside and running and swimming and jumping and imagining and being silly and playing video games, and everything was great until I ran into all of the things that my inner child was told by adults, by other kids who, they didn't know any better. Fucking stupid. They're kids. And she began to take all of that on. And that was hard, meeting my inner child and realizing how much negative shit I have said about her. I would look at my pictures of when I was a kid and be like, oh yeah, this was when I was an ugly duckling. And she would wince. And I wouldn't know because I didn't know to talk to her. But once I started talking to her, she started making faces. Every time. If when I'm talking about spiritual things and I'm talking about visuals and stuff, and you're not a person who's a creative, 17 minutes and 17 seconds, so somebody in here may be a finance person, they may be very practical, very logical, a very numbers person, they don't really do the whole art thing, they don't really do the whole music thing, and if that's the case, that's interesting as fuck that you're here. Like, what? How did you get here? How'd you get here? How you doing? Your genre of job, what brought you here? And if there's anything in this video that resonated with you, let me know. Because I assume the types of people who are going to see this, but I don't know. I don't know if somebody who hears my video and hears me talking about my inner child and inner children in general is like, you know what, Bob from accounting needs to hear this. I don't know. But when I'm talking about stuff like that, if you're not like a creative person who has like the imagery, just think about it as you are speaking to yourself in a mirror, looking at yourself in a mirror, and just try and pretend, because all kids play pretend, try and pretend that that person is just happy to be here. They just got here and they're really excited and they're asking you to tell them how to live this life, how to be happy. Because the purest version of yourself, I believe, is that person that's like super happy to be here. Talk to that inner child, talk to that person, because they'll tell you a lot about yourself. Like, my inner child was upset, and the reason she was upset was because she was like, nobody understands us. Nobody asks us questions. Nobody cares to understand us. We spend all of our time, because we want to have friends, because we want to be liked, because we're a people pleaser, we spend all of our time asking all of our friends, excuse me, tiny burp. You know, we spend all of our time asking our friends questions and asking strangers questions, and people walk away and they're smiling and they look like they're having a good day, but what did we get out of it? Growing up, I overextended a lot as far as holding space for other people and never holding it for myself. And my inner child taught me that. And she taught me that that's what I did. And I apologized to her. And from that point forward, I printed out a picture. And it was a picture of a little black girl with two puffs in her hair, because that's a hairstyle that I used to have when I was growing up. and it's just like in Word. It was like some clip art. And I made a sign that says, "Let the 12-year-old drive." If any of you have seen Cat in the Hat, movie's hilarious. I think it was, what was it? Mike Myers, I think, is in it. Dakota Fanning, some other big names, but really funny. And he said, as I'm driving this car, he's like, "Oh, here, everybody should have a steering wheel," and they're all driving in the car. And Conrad is like, "Wait, is this a good idea?" And he's like, "I don't know. There's a small voice in the back of my mind saying, this is a bad idea. But I can barely hear that voice because there's an even louder voice going, let the 12-year-old drive." So that's why I made that sign. And I hung it up right behind my desktop, my monitor, so that I could see it. And it says, "Let the 12-year-old drive." And this little girl in this clip art is like she looks so excited to be here. And I was like, damn, must be nice to be that excited about life. Fuck. But I put that up, and I started doing a lot of things with her in mind. And then recently, I allowed her to drive completely. There was a whole week where I just allowed her to drive, and I was shocked. I thought she was going to spend all my money. I thought she was going to have me eating all kinds of terrible things that would give me all kinds of health problems. 21 minutes and 21 seconds in this video. So if you're doing that, look out, bro. Look out for your diet. Be careful. Be careful. Some foods out here, when you read those ingredients, if you can't pronounce anything on the back of a packet, put it back. It's not worth it, fam. But lo and behold, at the end of the week, I was just rested. I was happy. Like, she went and she socialized. We socialized with people. She's like, "I want to go hang out." And I was like, "I'm a little tired." She's like, "But why are you tired?" I was like, "Well, I'm tired because I've been trying to, months and months and months ago, I was like, well, I'm trying to find a job, so of course I'm tired." She was like, "Well, you're tired of working, but you haven't even played yet." And I was like, "I'm too tired to play." And she's like, "We were never too tired to play. Let's go. You'll enjoy yourself when you get there." She was right. So whoever's watching this, please connect with your inner child. And talk to them. Talk to them nice. Hype them up. That's a companion for life. Your inner child is a companion for life. And if you're a person who is 22 minutes and 22 seconds as I'm saying this, if you're a person who is looking for a partner, you want a solid relationship, you are looking for your person who you can share this life with, who you can experience so much with, and you're looking for that person, your inner child is going to let you know when that person comes along, because your inner child is going to let you know if they like that person. The amount of men that I've spoken to who've been really like chill guys, and my inner child is like, and I'm like, "What? Why? They're hot." And she's like, "I mean, yeah, but I don't feel safe around them." And I'm like, "That's fair. Sorry, buddy. You gotta go." She catches on to vibes a lot quicker than I do, a lot quicker than the adult version of me. And for anybody wondering what that feels like, is it's like the day-to-day responsibilities that you have go to your adult. Your child is in charge of your play. And it's important from this point forward that you start to engage with the child portion of you that plays. Whatever you were doing. If I'm talking to somebody who's in their 50s and 60s, what were you doing when you were a kid? What were you doing? Were you outside? Did you enjoy picking up and collecting stones? Were you a kid that liked, I don't know, tagging stuff? Like, I don't know. But whatever it was that you liked, you need to figure out a way to do that, because your inner child will thank you. We spend money on so much frivolous stuff. A lot of people do. I'm not saying everybody. But even with the economy being what it is, people will spend ridiculous money on things that they don't really need. So why not treat your inner child? Why not give them a little something? Why not talk to them? Ask them, why did we like this? Like me, favorite toy from back in the day, motherfucking Lincoln Logs. You could tell me nothing when I had that little container, that plastic container of Lincoln Logs, and the little wood clicking against wood sound that they made. For those of you who don't know what Lincoln Logs were, you could build tiny houses and cabins with them. They were sticks that had little grooves on each side, and you would just stack them, and you could make cabins out of them. Oh my God, it was so much fun. What else did I like to play with as a kid? The sock and boppers. I have 3 siblings. When I was really in my when I was really in the sock and bopper stage, it was only 2 of my siblings. in existence at that time. And when I tell you the three of us, it was me, my sister, and then my brother. So I'm the oldest, and then comes my sister, and then comes my brother, and then comes my baby sister. And my sister and my brother, bro, sock and boppers, we were playing for keeps. Like, it was like, ha ha ha, oh, stop. And then when our parents left, we were throwing hands. Like, I remember wrestling with my siblings. And it's really funny because talking to other, like, women nowadays who had brothers, they're like, oh yeah, like, we were wrestling. And I don't know why, but I just find that so funny. It's like, when you had a brother, it was like, we have to throw hands. Like, I don't know what else we're doing. We've got to do it. I have to push you down the steps. I have to take you out. Like if we're playing, if we're pillow fighting and we're covering up, we're swinging to kill. No stun. Like, we're trying to take each other out. Why are siblings so aggressive? And it's funny because when we would be actually fighting, my parents were nowhere to be found. I was talking to my sister and some friends about this today. And we were talking about when we were play fighting and we were enjoying ourselves, we're pushing each other off shit. We're, making a lot of noise. And my mom is like, stop fighting. And my dad's like, y'all need to quiet down. And I'm over here like, bro, we're just having fun. But then the minute I actually was getting my ass beat and I'm like, whoa, she's trying to drown me. Mom, Dad, they're somewhere else. Nowhere to be found. Always thought that was hilarious. But yeah, man, it's all about the fun. The what? The fun. That's all. That's what it's really about. I mean, honestly, in my opinion, what I think humanity should be doing, and I know I'm gonna get some lame asses in the comments being like, what you mean? We gotta go to work. We gotta be responsible. Bro, this ain't the comment section for you. Head over to the, 7 ways to buy a fucking Bitcoin. I don't know. I think I'm hilarious. But yeah, like, see, I'm over here making jokes, trying to be funny, and I completely forget what I was saying. What I'm trying not to forget is making sure I get my water in. If you haven't gotten water, if you haven't had any water since watching this video, get some water now, please. Please go get some water. Please get your ass up and go get you some water. And if your water is on your nightstand and you're in your bed, reach your ass over and grab that water. Drink some water, please. Oh my God. Incredible. But yes, get some play in your life. I honestly think that what human beings should be doing... Oh, this is where I was headed with that. What I think a human being should be doing... I read it. It was a post somewhere, and I wish I could remember it so I could give it credit, but I'll be scrolling through stuff so fast, I don't even look at names. And it said, really, honestly, human beings really should be running around, eating berries, playing, having a good time. We know what we're talking about. We should be doing that. We should be singing. We should be doing art. We should be having fun. Like, the creation of AI, we should be creating AI to do the work while we do the human things, while we create, while we play, while we have a good time, while we connect with each other. That's really, I think, what machinery was supposed to be for, was so that we could step back from doing it. I mean, we're pretty much like, we have this intelligence, and yet we continuously use it to fuck ourselves. And I'm like, so what is it? Are we sadists? Like, as a species? It's kind of weird. But yeah, man, get your play on. Oh, do y'all remember Fun Dip? Anybody anybody watching this video remember the Fun Dip packets where you had the one side and there's a little chalk piece, and then you rip the pouch off as the powder. You just dip it in and shit was delicious. So good. Oh. I'm just thinking about all the snacks that I used to eat when I was a kid. Go-Gurts were far more... the Danimals Crush Cups. Y'all remember the Danimals Crush Cups? And the Danimals Crush Cups weren't cool until the Sprouse twins started doing the commercials. And then it was like, whoa, they're skaters. The Danimals Crush Cups. That shit's fire. Giving you a window into my youth. The Danimals Crush Cups. The Polly Pocket houses, Yo, my sister's best friend growing up, she had so many Polly Pocket accessories. Whenever we would go to her house, I would just be sitting there crazy because she's got this whole house that has like 35 rooms. And Polly Pocket got like 50 billion outfit combinations that you could do. And I would just sit there and be like, what the fuck? And she'd be putting a skirt with a tank top. And she's like, she could be in this room. And then here's the limousine. Then here's the slide. And the slide has a waterfall. And it changed colors. And I'm like, dang, that's impressive for a kid's toy. Like, that's very involved. I remember the what you call it, the bright lights, where you would stick the little lights on the board and they would light up. Oh, come on, toys from my youth. I go to the toy section whenever I go to the store now, and I'm just looking. I'm like, all right, so what we got? Toys are being made cheaper. I think personally, I think the toy game is not as dope as it used to be, but I feel like every generation feels that way. The toys are lacking. I remember when you would go to McDonald's and you'd actually get like action figures and stuff like that would throw things, and like you'd get like a little, like a little, what you call it, like a rubber band shooter, and you'd get little comics and stuff. And now when you go and they give you like little figures that don't move, you can't move their arms or their legs, and it'll be like a little paper describing who they are. I'm like, kids can't play with this. The fuck? What happened? What happened to toys? What happened to the toys where you would have the little thing like the Beyblades, and then those Barbie doll things where you have the doll and you pull the cord and then the doll starts spinning? There's like a video of a little girl who did it, and she was like playing with it, and it went into a fireplace and she cried. And it's, if you laugh, you're going to hell. Everybody hop into the basket that we're all riding in to go to hell. But yeah, like those toys, amazing. I used to love Beyblades. I used to love the Beyblade tournaments. I went to an incredibly small Christian school, like in the 2nd grade, and we would have the little Beyblade tournaments, the little plastic thing up there. I would be like, oh my gosh, it was so dope. It was such a dope time. Everybody's like, it's the nostalgia. It wasn't really dope. It was dope for the times. That's something my sister said. When I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe y'all let me walk out the house with, I used to do designs with my eyeliner, and luckily, I believe, all but maybe one photo has been destroyed. And I used to do crazy shit with my eyeliner, and I'd walk out of the house and I'd be like, like, I was cute, but the eyeliner was not giving. And I told my sister, I was like, why would you let me walk out of the house like that? She was like, bitch, it was cute for the times. We were cute for the times. I love that. I love that statement. But yeah, it's been a whole day. It's been a whole day with realizations. Realization Station Nation. And I would like to encourage anybody watching this video all the way through to put some party emojis. Like balloons, the little cone that has like it's got the confetti and all that. Put that shit in there. Put that in the comments. And I think I would like to inspire you to get into a playful space where you're playing more. Play, I think, in one of Jadina's videos, she said that play for the collective she was speaking to was directly correlated with the success that they were manifesting and trying to bring into their space. And I believe that that's the case for everybody. I think the ability to play, the ability to detach yourself from stress, from heavy stress, heavy anxiety, you're able to go into a playful place. I think it puts your whole spirit at ease. And when your spirit is at ease, what you want becomes very clear. You're not having to fight. If you're a person who is a God-fearing individual and you're watching these videos and that is your belief, I would argue, from various things that I've read in the Bible, I would argue that a sense of playfulness, a sense of lightheartedness, a sense of being childlike is incredibly important to your spiritual practice. Making sure that you're locked in with that portion of yourself that loves everybody. You know, the portion of yourself that wants to help everybody, that wants to be there for people. But as an adult, you step in with boundaries so that your inner child, all of this abounding love that you have, can overflow onto other people. And you can still be good to go. You can still rest and you can still feel good about your life. I would like to take this opportunity to thank my bestie for hitting me with the shit today. She got some spiritual downloads. She whooped my ass. And I wasn't looking for that today. I was looking to relax. I was looking to just be all cute and sexy. Just be walking across, hey, how y'all doing? We've mentioned it before, Spider-Man 3, walking out the sidewalk. And that's really what I thought I was going to do. And then no. She hit me with some Snapchats, and then she hit me with some voice memos later. She hit me with some long-ass text messages, and I was like, so I hate you. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. My love. I don't think that at all. But I appreciate her for that. I appreciate all the many, many things I saw today that confirmed all the things that I should be focusing on. It do be getting irritating. If you've been working for a long time and you're so tired of shadow work, you're so tired of working on yourself, bitch, I'm right there with you. Hold my hand, bitch, because I'm so tired too. But at the same time, every time I overcome an obstacle, every time I feel good about something, I keep it pushing. Like at the other side, I'm like, this was great. That was an amazing workout. And now we're ready for anything. And I completely forget how hard the last lesson was. And I just go. It's the craziest thing. So yeah. Feeling myself. I'm feeling myself. Feeling myself. I'm feeling myself. Feeling myself. I'm feeling myself. Take a couple deep breaths with me as we finish up this video. When you breathe out, let that air fill your cheeks, feel your face as you do it. Try to fill up your whole chest cavity. The fuck? Oh. Sometimes it's nice to just breathe. 37 minutes and 37 seconds as I say that. Sometimes it's nice to breathe. Sometimes it's just nice to breathe. It's nice to know that air is filling your lungs, giving you breath so that you can move forward another day. I said this to somebody. I sent a message to somebody not too long ago. Somebody who I don't know very well. We've spoken a couple times. And I said, remember that people who see you, see your smile, they see your spirit, they see what you're doing, and they take note of that. So please just keep being you. And that is something I would like to say to the people watching this video. When you are in your most authentic space and you are being yourself, you're laughing hella loud, or you're snorting, or, you're making jokes, and you're, being silly, being weird, being kooky, or you're being quiet, and you're sitting there and you're just like, you enjoy being a part of conversations, but not a part of conversations where you're really engaging, but more you're witnessing what's happening. You can add your 2 cents in, but you can sit back, and come on, thought, get the fuck back here. Got it. Thought achieved. When you're in those spaces, people do see it. They do. Because they're actually people who are just observing. They enjoy watching. I notice them. I notice people who do what I do when I'm out now. I notice them more. They're just sitting in there watching people. Not like in a creepy way, but like in a way where they're just observing everything around them. They're appreciating the moment that they're in, and they're seeing human beings be human beings. Like my sister and I drove to a park where they had Christmas lights and stuff set up. And as we were walking, I was looking at all these lights, and I'm looking at the kids playing. I'm hearing the music on the speakers. You know, Bruno Mars going the fuck off as he always is. And I looked around and I said, isn't this so cool? Human beings created Christmas lights, put them up at a certain time in the year, and then walk around with their kids to stare at these lights. Because they're pretty. That just warms my heart. That just warms my heart. Seeing human beings do stuff like that. Being in a long line and somebody cracking a joke and everybody building off that joke and laughing in line, I love when that shit happens. And stuff like that happens to me all the time. It didn't used to. The world used to suck. But then once I started focusing on the things that I wanted to see and I started looking for positive moments, I found them. They're not actually that far. Like, at one point, I was in traffic, and this 18-wheeler was trying to turn down a road that I was in. I was in a turning lane, and he was turning onto the road, and the lady in front of me had pulled up way too far, making his turn damn near impossible. My nigga made it, though. Like, he was doing the turn, and he looked at her, and then he looked at me as he was driving by, and he said, like, the fuck? I cackled for so long. But it's just humans being humans. Humans, I believe, are potential. I believe they're energy. And I believe that every day we have the potential to do things that are wonderful and worthy of us. And I think we also have the potential to do horrific, terrible shit. You know? And we each get a choice. We each get a choice to do what we want to do. Now, again, if the fucking philosophers want to be in my comments on some, actually, we don't have a choice. Actually, every decision is predetermined. Get out of my fucking comments. Go somewhere else. I just say that now because I used to post videos on TikTok and I would get people in my comments being irritating. And then I've seen comments on other people's videos of people coming in and being irritating. They're like, wait, I have like the tiniest bit of knowledge. Let me just whip that out for you. No. I'm good. Put it back. Zip it up. Button it up. Chastity belt. Get the fuck out. But, yeah, I believe that we are all potential and we have a choice. We can change our minds about who we think we want to be, where we think we want to go, and anybody who's judging you ain't perfect. Nobody. Your parents, your grandparents, your coworkers, your best friend, your boss. Every single one of them, at least at some point in the week, has to take a shit. Every single one of them. Every single one of them had to put their clothes on. Except that one guy who you think might be a robot. He actually is a robot. He is lying to you, and you do need to watch your back. I'm just kidding. If anybody is feeling particularly nice because they may have had a drink watching this video, I don't want to make you nervous. That was a joke. I love this outfit. This is such a cute outfit. I love it. I really like this dress. It was so comfortable to wear to the con, and then I wore some tights to make sure that everything was Gucci. I would actually like to get some, like, gym, like, workout shorts to put under dresses, because I hate that, like, I'll try to sit down and then the dress will blow up, and now, like, it's just too close. Everything is just too close. So I'm like, no, I need an extra layer to protect me from the items that I might have to sit on. But I love this dress. This dress is so cute. I'm probably going to wear it at some point. Maybe to another con. Yeah. Keep your eye out for signs, people. Keep your eye out for synchronicities. Triple numbers. Lucky numbers. If you've been talking about things and you're hearing other people talk about those very same things and it's something weird, like a made-up name you used to say with your friends, and then somebody says it while you're out and you're like, what the fuck? Yeah, bro. Synchronicities. Confirmations. Spirit is wiling and it has no logic. That's where we're at. I remember coming up through college and being like, I want to do psych. And every male friend that I had who was an engineer was like, why the fuck would you want to do that? At least math makes sense. I'm like, yeah, maybe to you. That don't make any sense to me. Y'all added fucking letters in there and decided to fuck up the whole thing. Like, I feel like when it was just numbers, I was chill. I was like, all right, I know what these symbols are. Bet. And then they said, now add 26 letters of the alphabet. And I was like, fuck are you? I cannot believe you would do this to me. Math was the hardest thing for me. Also, if you're a teacher, if anybody in my comments is a teacher and you actually love what you do, bless you. I bless your journey. I praise your journey. You are 100% necessary. If you're thinking about becoming a teacher, oh my gosh, 44 minutes and 44 seconds of my voice memo. If anybody in my comments is thinking of becoming a teacher because you love teaching, because you love the aha moment that students have, because you want to help these kids, bro, I'm sending so much energy your way. Ma'am, I'm sending so much energy your way. My liege, I'm sending so much energy your way, because my life has been made so much better by like 3 teachers that I had from childhood when I started elementary school all the way up to now just getting my master's. There were like 3 teachers who changed my life with commentary that I needed at the exact time that I needed it. You guys are amazing. Like, educators who love to educate because they enjoy helping people, I love y'all. Educators who just wanted the title and you wanted everybody to respect you, I mean, your journey valid, but all those comments just now, those were not for you. Those are not for you. I take those comments. Those are for the other teachers. But anyways, I think I've rambled on long enough. It's been 45 minutes and it's late and I'm feeling sleepy and I've already brushed my teeth and I've already showered and I'm ready to hit the hay. I'm so excited. But I love you guys. Again, thank you so much for watching these videos, and I hope you have a good morning, evening, or night, wherever you're at. If you're floating out in the void, I hope you enjoy floating out in the void until I see you again. If you're screaming into the abyss at this time, keep going. I'm right there with you. I'm also screaming into the abyss internally. Eventually something's going to scream back, so we should be careful. But I think that's all I have for now. I love you guys. I love you so much. Again, thank you to everybody who is subscribed, who watches these videos. Thank you to the people in the comments. Thank you for people who like the video. Thank you for the people who share the video with people who they love and who they want to see be better and who they want to let them know that you think that they're doing a good job. Mwah. You guys have an amazing time doing whatever it is you're going to do after you click off this video. Okay, bye.